Hello. I have something to tell you. If you want to listen, if you want to, and if you have the chance, and I'm telling you something about slavery. What happened in the past? There's particular part I want to enlighten to you for few individuals. Please listen if you can. During slavery, the Europeans they came to Africa, captured and tortured and kidnapped the children of Africa without demanding for ransom for their kidnap. Murder, murder their children, rape kids, rape mothers, all sorts of terrible things happen during that time. And they took the children in Africa to their country, to these western parts and all over the world. I mean, it happened in every other, some other parts like South America and all that. You all understand. But I'm using this Africa as a case study in this very situation. When it took the children of Africa to Europe, to other parts of the world, they split them. There were some slaves, called, let's say slave now, that's Africa, who they killed them. They are slaves who were working in a farm. And there are some slaves who were stewards, who were responsible for the slave master kitchen, the food he will eat, the wardrobe, the one that mend his clothes and all that, his shoes and all that. But the steward slave, that is the slave that is responsible for the kitchens and all that prepare the slave master food. He protect he protect his master. He do protect his master. He love his master very well. And this slave went to the farm. Do went to the farm to meet his slave colleagues. He do tell them that his master is very good. He treat him very well. But why the slave that was in the farm do tell that this our slave master is very terrible, wicked. He's wicked. Look at look at the kind of job he gave us to do. We can't finish this kind of job today. They do complain. But the slave that is inside the house, that is the steward's slave now. He said, no, the slave master is not like that. He's very good. He's a good man. It's because you don't understand him. That's why you are complaining. Don't worry. You have to work very hard. Try to please him very well. If he asks you to work one month, work 5. And whatever I ask you to do. You will love him. He's a good man. He's a good master. It's not as you think. You are the one who don't know him. Do you know why? Because the slave that is responsible in preparing the food, that is a steward slave now, they do eat good food. That is the remains from their slave master. The good food that they prepare for their slave master, they do eat the remains. Their slave master to give them to eat the remains. Their slave master do give them good coat that is no longer using. He do give to them. He treat them good. They cannot have a premium treatment. But the one that is in the farm don't have that kind of that. Because of all those things that the slaves is benefiting for the slave master, he love his slave master. He love him very well. He will protect him. He will die and kill for him. Even most times, the slave that is working in the farm, in the field, although a rebellion act to rebel against their slave master, it is this their slave fellows, this their steward slave that will go and report to their master that look at those slaves in the field, they are planning the kind of things against you. Then the slave master will treat them very well. He will beat and discipline them very well. That is the slave that is in the field now. The slave master will deal with them. All those things continue for a while. But there are some slaves. There was a particular slave also in the farm who was also jealous of the position of the steward slaves. He said, I wish I can be in your position, so that so that I can be a friend, so that I can be a friend of the slave master. I can also be eating from his plate. I can also be wearing his clothes, and etc. etc. The steward slave answered and said, "Can you speak English? Can you speak? Can you speak his language? Can you speak the slave master language? Can you work out very well?" "No, you can't. You can't. Do you know how to do this? Do you know how to do that?" So no, you can't say, but you have to. When you try hard, try and learn the master language. If you try, I would find a way to talk to him so that he can take you to work with me. And the slave master said, "How? I'm too old. I can't learn." "Don't worry. Now I know what to do. Once I have the child and I give birth to a child, I will ask that child to learn the language of his slave master very well, so that he can be working perfectly for him. So he will become chef. So he will not be working like me in the farm. So he will be in a good position in the house of the slave master." I guess you understand the conversation I'm making now. I guess you understand what I'm trying to say. This scenario that I've just described, this scenario and this history that I've just tell now, this is how it is today in our modern world. This is how it works, and this is how it is. And people don't take notice. That's why. So let me explain to you. Now, the Westerners or the colonial master, they don't need to come to Africa to come and capture and enslave you. No. They design a system that will make you to enslave yourself. They design a system, a kind of your needs. You are the one that will come and look for that need. Remember the story I told you in my previous video, the story of the fisherman. Maybe you can go and look at it if you want. They design a system, and that system will attract you. You are the one that will come, ask for visa to come and enslave yourself. They don't need to enslave you more. They don't need to come the way they were before. No, they just design a system, then do some homework, in your country land. Then design a system that will make you to come. You enslave yourself. Then when you got here, when you got to this part of this country, this is our country, this is our western part. Maybe you are doing unskilled job, that's unskilled labor, the work that you can do without a certificate or whatever, and you are complaining. And you see some of your Africans brother who are in office, they are close to the boss. That is the West now and the Europeans, they are close to them. They eat in the same place, they eat the same restaurants. And you try to talk to this your African brother, please, man, my work is very tired, man. Those people, they are just enslaving us and they are not paying us very well. I don't know if there's a way you can help me to secure a job in that your office. Do you know what this your African brother will tell you? Say, first of all, you say, do you have a document? You say, do you have a document? I mean, a resident. Do you have a resident permission a paper that permits you to work? You say, yes, okay. Do you speak their language? Do you know how to speak their language? Do you have so degree? This is how it is. Just like the slave master was asking the slave, just like the steward slave, we are asking the slave that's in the farm, do you know how to speak the language of a slave master? Can you polish his shoe? Can you show his coat? It's the same way, the same pattern. It's the same thing. Do you know what the man with unskilled labor will say? So man, this thing is very difficult, man. I'm old and I didn't go to school. So what am I going to do? I promise when I have a kid, I will train my kids to go to school, learn the language, learn a skill, learn that particular job. So he will be working for the chef. So he will be in the boss in the office. This is the same thing we have for God. Bros, it's the same thing. We are all in slavery, right? They just modernize it. You understand me? I guess you understand what I'm saying. They just polished it. It is what is in the past. It's the same thing we are having now. We are the one that is enslaving ourselves. Not only that, enslaving our children, our generation. We just walk into the system. Do you know what we are doing? We are just working for the system. We are just working, running the system for them. Oh, this is how it is. We have been captured long time ago, not today. But many people are not aware. They don't even think of it. This is how it is. During slavery, the main tough slavery, of course, it's still until now. The main slavery that happened in the first how it started, slaves were working to have a place to stay, to have food in their mouth. It's the same thing, my friend, the same thing that we have today. You are telling me you are in this western part, you are working. What are you working for? What are the major things you are working for? Is it not to eat and pay your house rent? So what is the difference, my friend? I'm not against it, my friend. I'm also in it. I'm also in it, man. And you know the most difficult part of it? You can't come out. It's difficult to come out of it. It's very difficult. I can't lie to you. It's very difficult to come out from the system. You will say, if you don't go home now, it's difficult. It's not what you think. It's difficult. This is how we continue. This is how we continue. The kids, you will have kids here. They will be on the line working for the system. It's the same thing, my friend. It's the same thing. So, you that's in Africa, that you are planning to come to Europe, maybe you want to come and see greener pastures, my friend, think twice. You have to know what you are walking into. You have to know. You have to know what you are walking into, my friend. Don't be confused. Don't be carried away by so much, by so called the exchange rate or whatever. My friend, you have to know what you are walking into. I am not discouraging you. If you want to come, come. For those of you that don't have choice of leaving their homeland, I'm talking about for those maybe who have issues, political asylum, people who claim political asylum. You are free, man. It's your right. You have to. But for those who come for greener pasture, kind of greener pasture, my friend, it's not really green. It's not really green, man. It's another way. It's another ball game. I'm not complaining because of maybe because of kind of hardship. No. I'm okay. I'm kind of okay. I'm okay. I'm not a greedy type. I'm just cool. I'm just cool. But I'm just trying to let you think what you are walking into. What you are walking into. It's not as you think, man. It's not as you think. You are walking into the slave line. You are capturing yourself. You are the one that will enslaving yourself now, not the Westerners. Not the Westerners. You are the one who run to them like enslave me, capture me. I'm available. This is how it is. All right. See you next time. You take care. Man. We are in, man. We are in. All right. Peace.